I still have some clay left, and that's fine. I could put it in the bag and try to use it for later, but let me just show you what a bud would look like. You flatten a circle out and wrap around. And you can smooth it out. Then take another circle. You're putting the first piece in the middle of the second piece. Line up the edges and wrap. And take your third piece. You're going to put that seam in the middle of this petal and wrap. And peel the edges back just slightly, and you have a little bud. Little rose bud. And I'm going to just cut this off a little more because that's too long. And I'll show you what to do with that in just a second. Let's make another bud. You can just do one petal like this. With flowers, you always want to try to work in odd numbers. With just one, I can use this tool. If I were to use this tool on this rose, it would squish it too much on this side. And I'll make another one. Let's just make several. It's a cute little bud. When you're done, you can glue these to a card because they're so lightweight, or your craft products. The oven baked clay is so heavy when you're through with it that it's hard to use it on certain things. It is stronger, but it's heavier. Okay, and this clay is staying fairly wet while I mold it. If it was starting to dry out, I could spray it with a little bit of water, just a tiny bit, and work it in, or more of my Lindy Stamp Gang Mist and work it in. I'm going to move these aside for now. I'm going to take the green and a little bit of clay. And I'm going to mix this. And I'm just going to wipe the mat off so that I don't transfer color onto anything else. And I'm going to mix it a little more. We're just folding it in on itself and squeezing. Oops. And I think it needs just a little more color. You want to be sure and not get that on the flowers you just made. And that's a pretty color. For the leaves, I'll show you a couple of different ways you can do them. Pinch a little off, roll it into a ball. Then you're going to flatten one end with your finger and pinch the other edges till you're making kind of a triangular or teardrop shape. And then you're going to pinch between your finger and thumb, and you can also pinch this edge. And then flatten the edges out a little. And you're just going to bring it in like this. And that can be your leaf. Or you can also take your little tool and use the edge of it to put little marks in. If you go too hard, it will tear your clay. But put little marks in like that. And then I keep this part on so that I can attach it to the flower. I'll take a little bit off. Actually, and then to attach it, because this is fairly dry at this point, I'm going to give it a little bit of moisture to help stick it. I'm just going to let that one come around and bring the edges over like it was the calyx or something. Oops. Take another piece, and this is fairly wet. I'm going to mix it with this other clay just because it's so wet. Pinch a little off. You can just shape it with your fingers. Bring it together. Rosebud there. Wrap some of this green clay around the base. And you can even pinch that down a little more. And pinch a little bit, roll it into a ball, squish it like we did the petals, and then take one in and pull it, and work it like this. That's just another way to do it. You could put the veins in. Little bud. Take your clay and roll it out like a snake. But this time you're going to let one end be really thin. And work down and thin it out. and then curl the end a little bit. Oops, that was too thin. And then you can put your buds along the edge. And if you have any little stray pieces, you're just attaching that. Press on the green part. Actually, then you have a little vine, and you don't want it to be completely straight. You'll turn it when you go to attach it. And if you have any little goofy spots that don't look good, pinch a tiny little bit off, squish it, pinch it, and you have a leaf. Leaves were made to cover up things. I'm convinced. Put a really light vein in those. They're so thin I don't want to press too hard. And then you can, whatever glue you use to attach it, you can put this on the end. And you have a lovely little floral arrangement from paper clay. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something new, and like I said, try different techniques and see what works for you. And I'd love to see what you've made for it. You can put it on the Scrap-a-Dap-a-Doo Crafts Facebook page. You can take pictures of it and put it on the Scrap-a-Dap-a-Doo Crafts Facebook page. And I will put some pictures of a finished product that I use these on. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something. Bye.